Damaging new revelations concerning the NSA leaker Reality Winner. Prosecutors say Winner wrote about plans to burn down the White House and travel to Afghanistan, where she planned to pledge allegiance, apparently, to the Taliban. This all eluded, apparently, the screeners, the Justice Department, the intelligence agencies, all involved. This was too clear a path to a problem, apparently. Winner also made a jailhouse call coaching her mother on how to portray her as a sympathetic figure for the media. And Winner told her sister she would fare well during yesterday's bond hearing because she was, quote, pretty, white, and cute. Bond was denied. We will await her amended description of herself. Joining me now to discuss the Trump administration's war on leaks, the president's response to Comey, RNC National Committeeman, former chairman of the Republican Lawyers Association, Randy Evans, and Washington Times columnist, Fox News contributor, Tammy Bruce. Good to have you both here. Tammy, let's start with Reality Winner. This is one of the most repugnant young people one could imagine in the service of the U.S. Air Force and with a top job in intelligence. What in the world? How could this be?
Yeah, it's remarkable. Her middle name, I'm thinking, maybe is never going to be A. So you'd have, you know, that reality about the nature of what her future is going to be, which is going to be pretty rough. Look, here's our problem. She's a young woman. She speaks Farsi and Pashtun, I think.
And
so
Dari.
She's good with the languages. She's of an age where when you're getting out of high school or college, if you've gone into the military, those are the individuals that we now have with languages that we're putting in those positions, and we give them top secret clearances. And yet they've been deluged.
Well, wait a minute. Whoa,
yes.
whoa.
Yes.
We don't do that.
She's pretty typical from what I've read.
Well, if she's typical, then we have a fifth column, as Jim Kallstrom just said earlier, in this country that's growing in immense proportions. Well, because she couldn't have been more Randy, I mean, she couldn't have been any more a textbook edition of the enemy within.
No, it absolutely. I mean, it's a reflection of the deep state that you and I have talked about for weeks now, which is we've got these holdovers who are so ingrained in their philosophy, so ingrained in destroying our country, they can't appreciate what it is they have. It's somehow appropriate, though, you'd have to admit, that her name is Reality Winner. It should have been maybe Reality Loser, but the bottom line is it's reality TV playing itself out in national security matters. Yeah. That's extremely dangerous. And when you have an FBI director who's not investigating leaks, that makes it even worse.
Makes it worse. He has an FBI that had an FBI that wasn't involved in security. That's all contracted out. It's outsourced now. We have security firms that are being hired to do what usually government did once. This is a bizarre time in which we find ourselves challenged in almost every way.
Yes, look, when Barack Obama became president, what was she, maybe 15 years old? So you've got a generation now that has, for the last 8 years, been told that this kind of behavior is romantic and is courageous, is to be celebrated. You've got Bo Bergdahl is still walking around out there. You've got the release of Chelsea Manning. Rosie O'Donnell gives $1,000 to a GoFundMe page for this girl. So we're dealing with not every young person, certainly not every millennial, but it's easy to check because of her social media. If we're going to vet immigrants coming in their social media, we must check those who we're giving top secret clearance to in issues like this.
Randy, we are watching a Justice Department that is obviously still filled with Obama leftovers. Why is the administration not making it a priority to replace them, to remove them, even if you don't replace them? Because this is absolutely stultifying to see John Koskinen still at the head of the IRS. This is, why can we not find for this administration the talented, bright, capable professionals who are necessary to run a government? This thing is on automatic right now.
No, it is. But let me be fair. I don't think we can shut the Justice Department down as we start to make that transition. But as we've seen in the last...
Wait. I'm not talking about shutting down the Justice Department. I'm talking about opening it up for business.
No, I totally agree, and we're moving pretty quickly to do that. We're currently focusing on the Court of Appeals around the country. We've done 10 last week. We did another 10. We'll have that virtually completed. We'll start to move the U.S. District Court judges, U.S. attorneys. It'll start to move at a pretty good pace because the pipeline is pretty full. But we did have to be, you have to admit, Lou, we have to be really careful. The last thing we want is another suitor on the court where literally we get them on there and they have a lifetime tenure and we can't get them off.
No question about it.
So I think we've been a little more careful about that.
But what's disturbing is that the Republican Party doesn't already have that. You know, it was unclear that the president was going to win. I get that part. But for the Republican Party not to understand who is available. We turn to the Heritage Foundation, the Federalist Society. They have lots of names. There are lots of conservative organizations that are reliable and helpful and positive forces. Why aren't we watching an effort to lead these organizations on the part of the Republican National Committee and all that, well, no one would be better informed or capable of doing that than you, frankly.
Well, typical D.C. politics, the establishment ran to the front of the line, and it took a little bit for us to get a procedure in place where we could actually get to people who believe like Donald Trump do.
All right.
To be honest, that's exactly what happened.
But let me suggest, too, there's a difference between Donald Trump and what he wants and what the GOP may want. Of course, these days seem to be two different things.
Well,
the swamp versus the revolution.
Well, the fact of the matter is it's about what Donald Trump wants, and it's what he insists upon. And we're finding out that there are a lot of folks in the swamp that are part of the architecture of the Republican Party. I think we knew that, though, just a little bit. What do you think, Randy? No, I'm not going to.
I think the good news is he's not going to settle. I'm just telling you, Lou. He is going to push forward.
Good deal.